we experience how to stay connected with our Avyakti stage and Avyakt Bhatti. Avyakt Bhatti comes in the medium of Dadi Gulzar, while taking drishti from Avyakt Bhatti. We all experience Baba's presence, our love for Baba, our remembrance of Baba, invokes Baba in Dadi Gulzar's medium. We also experience how Dadi Gulzar, from corporeal to subtle to incorporeal, as she connects with Shiv Baba, she herself transforms, ascends from corporeal to angelic to incorporeal. She is able to do that because of her practice of soul consciousness and purity of mind and purity of intellect. She is able to go beyond body consciousness. We also follow in our drill this total pure awareness that I am soul, a point of light, beyond this body, master of this body. As I go deep within the self, connect with my eternal image of love, of peace and power. I go deep within, but then also ascend, go beyond. Using my angelic image of light, and go higher to connect with Shiv Baba, incorporeal Baba. Baba in the image of light. This helps me to integrate incorporeal, angelic, and corporeal. When all three stages are interconnected, it becomes the stage which is called Avyakti stage. It's very subtle, it's angelic. And then from incorporeal to subtle, and then in this present corporeal form, and now again from corporeal to angelic, angelic to incorporeal. Incorporeal stage, the seed form stage, connects me with one who is incorporeal, is the seed of the world tree. I also in this seed form stage. Everything is merged within the light. Mind, intellect are silent. And the sanskars are merged. Is silence where everything is merged. From this stage of purity and silence, emerges the body of light, my subtle form. This stage of incorporeal and angelic creates angelic stage, awake stage, while doing actions through the body. As there was beautiful demonstration that Dadi Guru Sahib merges in angelic and incorporeal image of Baba. For our awake stage, stage of perfection, It is very important to make this practice and this stage very natural and consistent. Our love for Baba and our aim of this Brahmin life always help us to create the presence of Baba. We all were feeling as Avyakti Bhatti was meeting us, sharing his love and power. As we keep practicing, we will be able to be not only on that stage, but also serve the world, serve the family, everyone around us.
शिव की याद रहेगी तब आँखों में समाया वो होगा। हम धन्य तभी बन पाएंगे जब ऐसा प्रिय जीवन होगा। यहाँ हमारा तन होगा, वहाँ हमारा मन
शक्तियां और दूसरा सर्व संबंध का अनुभव। और तीसरा बाबा ने कहा कि सर्व गुण संपन्न प्रैक्टिकल लाइफ में अभी होना है। ऐसे नहीं सतयुग तक अंत में हमारे में थोड़ा ये गुण कम है ना, अच्छा अंत तक संपूर्ण हो जाएंगे। अंत में आपको देखेगा कौन संपूर्ण हुई या नहीं हुई। पेपर तो आपने दिया ही नहीं, पास कैसे हो जाएंगी। मानो मेरे में निर्णय शक्ति तो ठीक है, लेकिन मेरे में जो है वो अंतर्मुखता का गुण मतलब कम है। मानो मैं ज्यादा वो बोलचाल में आती हूँ, थोड़ा हल्के रूप में रहती हूँ, अंतर्मुखता का अनुभव हमको नहीं है। मानो अंत में मैं समझू नहीं, अंतर्मुखता का गुण जो है ना वो मैं लास्ट तक संपूर्ण हो जाएंगी। लेकिन पेपर कौन लेगा मेरा अंतर्मुखी है या नहीं है। पेपर तो अभी देना पड़ेगा ना, तभी तो पास मार्क्स मिलेंगी। इसीलिए बाबा कहते हैं कि सर्व शक्तियां, सर्व संबंध और सर्व गुण, ये तीन बातें आप अपने में चेक करो। अगर इन तीनों में से एक भी कम है ना, भाई गुण एक नहीं है तो कोई अर्जा नहीं, अंतर्मुखता नहीं है, रमणीक हूं मैं, ठीक है, लेकिन अंतर्मुखता के बिना आप मनसा सेवा नहीं कर सकते। जब अंतर मन में शक्ति भरे, अंतर्मुखी होके अंतर मन में शक्तियां भरो, तभी मनसा सेवा आप कर सकती। नहीं तो मनसा सेवा आपका यहाँ से यहाँ तक ही नहीं पहुंचेगी। मनसा विश्व की तो बात ही छोड़ो। मैं समझो इस भाई को मेरी अंतर्मुखता की अभ्यास है ही नहीं। पहले तो अंदर मन को आत्मक रूप में स्थित करूं, ये है अंतर्मुखता। और अंतर्मुखता का रहस्य बहुत अच्छा है। आप देखो, अंतर्मुख कहते हैं, मुख क्यों कहते हैं? अंतर मन भी कहते हैं, अंतर्मुख भी कहते हैं, हर्षत मुख कहते हैं। मुख शब्द क्यों कहते हैं? कारण अंतर बाह नहीं कहते हैं, अंतर माथा नहीं कहते हैं, अंतर्मुख क्यों कहते हैं? मुख फेस को कहा जाता है। और मुख शब्द क्यों कहा जाता है? अंतर्मुख की महिमा क्यों है? आप देखो इस फेस में जो भी हमारी 5 शक्तियां विशेष है ना, वो इसमें है। सोचो, देखो, निर्णय शक्ति है, बोलने की शक्ति, देखने की शक्ति, सूंघने की शक्ति, खाने पीने की शक्ति कहाँ है? बा में है। किसमें है सर्व शक्तियां? फेस में है ना। तो इसको फेस को कहते हैं मुख। तो अंतर्मुख अर्थात जो भी मेरी शक्तियां है ना, वो सर्व शक्तियां आत्मक रूप में स्थित हो, इसको कहा जाता है अंतर्मुखी। सभी शक्तियां, और विशेष आपके फेस की 5 ही शक्तियां अगर आपने जीत लिया, समझो आप विजयी है। क्योंकि मुख्य तो यही है ना शक्तियां। अगर आसक्ति होती है तो मुख से होती है ना, खाने पीने की मुख से होगी ना। सुनने की आदत होती है, सुनती रहूं, गीत सुनती रहूं, किसकी बातें सुनती रहूं, कान भी इधर है। सोचती रहूं फालतू, सोच भी यही है। देखती रहूं तो आंखें भी यही है, धोखा तो यही देती है ना। इसीलिए बाबा कहते हैं, हमारा स्लोगन है अंतर्मुखी सदा सुखी। ये स्लोगन है हमारा। जो अंतर्मुखी होगा, यानी 5 ही विशेष शक्तियां आत्मक रूप में स्थित होंगी। अंदर हमारा क्या है? आत्मा ही तो है ना। तो अंतर्मुखी माना 5 ही शक्तियां हमारी आत्मक रूप में स्थित होंगी। इसको कहा जाता है अंतर्मुखी सदा सुख।
Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. It is so wonderful to take drishti from Avyakti Bhatti and listening to Dadi Gulzar. Generally, of course, for drills we heard Avyakti Bhatti, but Dadi Gulzar, I thought it was very, very clear and revealing meaning of introversion. Because sometimes introversion can be taken in that I am quiet and today I am inside. But the way that he described about introversion, I thought it was really very, very meaningful that you connect your mind with your inner face, and that is soul. And then you are the master, conqueror of all five. It will be senses, but all powers of the face. So she described five powers of the face. Which five powers? Who is going to help me here? Power to discern, power to power to speak words, power of smell, power to see, and power to power to speak or power to listen also. I think someone must have written when she was describing. I thought they were very, very powerful, that she said all powers, all relationships, and all virtues now, not in the end. Some say, I have little percentage less, but by the end I will become perfect. It will be complete. She said, but you have to pass the test now. That means situations, circumstances, and especially as much we progress, there will be various challenges and we have to pass with honor. So introversion. Recently in one of the blessing or slogan Baba had said about having serene nature, easy, simple, honest. In Hindi we call it saral sabha, serene. And then Baba said that nature will help you into honesty and simplicity. And then yesterday, I think when Baba said, or it was Sunday, that transform your main sanskar. And it should have been main sanskar of body consciousness. Because our main sanskar and soul consciousness are the sanskars of love, of purity, of peace. But main sanskar, and we use the word sanskar and sanskars, but actually sanskar is the main character or the main, whatever we say, dominant kind of quality in body consciousness. So there are many vices, five vices, but then there are many sanskars from those vices. Then there are many traces of many branches of those vices. But it has left some main sanskar. I thought Baba wants to give us little work by saying, okay, take care of one at a time. And as I mentioned, it could be somewhere deeply feeling insecure, not being loved, not feeling belonging, not feeling respected. Somewhere from the past karmic accounts, we are carrying something which really is like an obstacle and doesn't allow us to manifest our divine virtues. I remember that in one of the Murli, Baba said, if you are very, very sweet, if you are very lovely, and even for a few minutes you get angry, people will remember more of those few moments from your personality. They will talk more of that. So that becomes like a personality. People say, oh, this one is like that, this one is like that, which we don't have to. Now we are have bhavana towards everyone. We do mansa seva. But each one of us, we have to look at. I remember that, there is what we call gentleness. There is something stability. So I had this thing of gentleness, which I still have, but it's in a different form. So one time, Didi Man Mohini, she told me, now in the knowledge, you can't be delicate. So her interpretation of gentleness was delicate. And then she made me realize that what is to be true gentle, where you are very firm, you are very stable, but still you are gentle. And that was turning point in my life, because before, because I was not used to people talking loud and rough and, all these kinds of things. I couldn't tolerate it. So it will affect me in a way that I was little bit blocked inside, or I won't come in front, or, She said, no, you are Shiv Shakti. You have to go and serve so many souls. So there will be people and the souls who will do whatever their character is, but you shouldn't be delicate or not be affected. In other words, was not taking sorrow or losing self-respect, losing self-trust, self-confidence, which could happen very, very often. And I think that's the process of our development in spiritual life. We shouldn't see it, oh, what happened to me? This shouldn't have happened. Drama, accurate, whatever happened was useful for me, was beneficial for me. I learned, I grew, so that I can be firm and stable. So that sanskar was not negative as negative from the wise, but must be from some past experiences. And from those experiences, you lose, as I said, self-trust or happiness or self-confidence, self-respect. But when I start contemplating, that was very early, my spiritual journey. When they called me Manmohini and said, no, you won't manage, it won't work. You can be gentle, which is your nature, so walk gently, talk gently, be gentle, but you have to be firm and stable. So that firmness, that stability brings a big change where you can still maintain your quality, because that's really what you are. But still, you can be unshakable, you can be stable, and you continue with courage in this spiritual life. In Lokik life, we come in contact with limited number of people. Your friends, your relatives, or some people here, there. But when you come to Baba, because of our going out for service, giving talk to thousands of people and giving courses, so we come in contact with lot of people, large number of people. And especially if internally, if there is stability, then even if 1,000 people look at you, everyone in a different way, but still you will remain in your self-respect. You will remain in this soul consciousness, feeling Baba's drishti on you, very strong. And I know that first time when I had to give talk, it was on India's Independence Day. And there were few hundred souls, and I had to speak for about 20 minutes in English. And like first when you come on the stage to speak, then you feel the vibrations, you feel how people looking at you. Some will look at your sari, some will look at your face, some will want to know who you are. There are so many thoughts, right? So I was told that be in soul consciousness, look at all of them as souls, and remind yourself that because you are in soul consciousness, when they look at you, lot of past karmic accounts will be settled. So I said, how that happens? That means everyone is looking at me, thinking about me, interpretation, comments, all based on what was our past relationships. And that was body conscious relationship. And now they will, because I am in soul consciousness, I'm looking at them as souls. So it will clear a lot of karmic accounts. But of course, giving talk also is elevated action. You change then your relationship with them as spiritual relationship. So I thought that's very good, because if in one talk I can create this new relationship and settle from the past. So how do we, the vibrations or the drishti or the words of others doesn't affect us, but we remain very firm, very stable with Baba, not allow those vibrations to affect me. And that is where also one time Jagdish Bhai and myself, some of us were sitting in London Global Cooperation House, and Jagdish Bhai was saying, because there were many speakers before he had to talk, I had to talk. And he was saying generally, like, there is a topic, so we are prepared what I am going to say. But then someone who talks on the stage, then you start thinking, oh, I have to respond to this thing. I have to say, it's coming from that soul's talk. Like if someone said God is omnipresent, so you want to go and say, the God is one. Like you are responding to that talk. So he was asking me, he said, what should be one done? Should be whatever thoughts coming in the mind, listening to other speakers should be my talk, or what I prepare should be my talk. And I know we had little discussion, and generally it does happen. But then after some time, we again had talk, and I realized that you come from your own inner space, your inner feelings and inner reflection. You all can think about it, because, when we do this call of time dialogue, we say that we all have to listen to everyone, but you have to say what you have to say. Because this is this nature of us, that we immediately want to respond. And that was such a good practice, because we heard everyone. Whatever I could take, I took. remained quiet for a few moments. Then other one speaks. But one time it happened that somebody said something in a response, and the reaction from other person was not very pleasant, because somewhere internally that person felt, that's not what I want to hear from you. That means everyone says whatever is in the heart and the feelings. So how subtly some kind of this response come and we want to answer that way. But actually, as much you are with whatever I have, my churning, my thinking for that lecture, that topic, for the people you just share that with them. So this whole thing of introversion and serenity have deep connection. Because when you are serene, you are not complicated in your thinking. Because we mix our intellect, our mind, sanskars of others. But in serene nature, you stay with your own honesty, self-respect, the love Baba has for you, belonging, whatever is your own experiences. So that becomes your nature. So this whole thing of changing that old sanskar and then cultivating the new one. So I really had been thinking quite a lot on each one of us has to look at the main sanskar, and other one could emerge if you take care of one. But for that, the main practice really is, of course, this drill of emerging my eternal form. Because what to do, lot of things can come in the mind. Just come to the neutral, eternal. I am soul, point of light, I am peaceful, loveful. And that, when you give that to your mind and intellect, or to the reminder to the soul, and then you think, then you analyze, then you speak. So using this practice of eternal stage, eternal self, will keep increasing your power to discern. It's like that kind of honesty, that this is what I am and this is what I want to say. It's all right. Sometimes we give examples, tell stories, but they are borrowed things. But taking from Baba, my experience, so serene nature and introversion, contemplate little more on that. And then I keep thinking about bringing to our attention, Baba said, newness in service, right? So newness is really when you're thinking, when you are speaking, your bhavna, that means your inner feelings are very elevated in soul consciousness. You creating that bhavna, and then when you're speaking, then others will help them, serve them, and they will also have similar kind of bhavna. As I said, not expectation, but bhavna. So we look into little bit on our nature. Why suddenly it happens that sometimes it could happen, you are not happy, you feel little sad. Now sadness might not be that you are creating. It could be somewhere the energy of sadness is affecting you. So you have to keep generating, you have to keep maintaining your energy of love, energy of purity, energy of presence of Baba. All that is very, very important at this time. Otherwise, like a shadow comes. Otherwise, why suddenly one becomes sad or feel very weak, or so many different kinds of stages come, which we know that I don't know what I did that is happening, but it's the influence coming. So our drill, our practices, attention on our nature, our sanskar, will definitely help us to be more consistent. Baba says, I don't want to hear words sometimes, you remember? I want to know ever, consistent. And now time is such, but also the service Baba is preparing us. This morning I had some very, very beautiful, clear kind of understanding about what we have to be and what we have to do, which I will take it one day. It's quite big topic. But Baba is preparing us for unlimited service. Unlimited service, you will see. But then that needs capacity, that needs powers, big heart, forgiveness, merciful, generosity, not get caught up into little things. Go beyond as much you can. That means not wasting thoughts and time. Is very, very important. Right? So the Gulzars said that we have to be perfect now. Don't think by the end I will become perfect. And as the time is such that all the people will require peace, love, power. So Baba has given us time to accumulate all those powers. So our nature has to be loveful, peaceful, generous. All that we have time to cultivate now through our efforts. And I know that many of you, I think most of you, we did tapasya together for 14 days. And I'm sure during day also, as much you were able to do, you did and paid attention. So I thought it's something very, very good. So everyone should just look at in 14 days what realization you had, what transformation you had. How did you feel that you went higher, elevated in your stage? Do some journaling, write some things. Right? And then now, as we are extending for a month, you can all keep to your whatever evenings, whatever your connection or responsibilities are, but we will do meditation 6:30 to 7:30. But then I think most of us feel we belong to Yagya. Is there anyone who doesn't feel that? If I say who feels, everyone, okay, who feels that I belong to Yagya? Let me see hands. Everyone. And most of us say, oh, I am Yagya soul. When I came in Gyan, Baba said, she's Yagya Kanya. She used to always call me Yagya Kanya. Kanya means young sister. So then we say, oh, maybe in our last birth, we were in Yagya. So we start kind of guessing. Some used to tell me, you are that Dadi, that one, that one. looking at me, you must be that Dadi. Dadi is left and we are reborn. But I think we would all want to experience that childhood in Yagya. Yeah, you want to experience you as a child in Yagya? Yes? Show me hands. So we have something planned. We are in process of planning for 2 weeks, 14 days again. 14 years, we have 14 days again to experience what was the childhood like in Yagya. So we want to give you that experience. So we have few hundred photos of Yagya from in the beginning, then middle, then when they came to India, and then it became more like an organization and they had to travel. So we are planning little bit something very, very experience oriented to give us all the experience of being in Yagya. You all would like that? Yeah, shall we try this time? Something different? We will do tapasya, meditation will continue, but some parts will be more on how Yagya, many young ones came, many couples came, how families came. So what was the experience at that time? So we will create that for 14 days. So I hope that we will have beautiful experiences. I feel Baba has given us time. Especially some had been sending very good experience that they are alone at home and how when they evening together, they feeling so much happy, belonging, and as care, there is a care from the family. There are many, many, no? They are sitting alone, and someone also said some families are in India. Some are working, mostly people are not working. So I think according to drama plan and Baba's love, we all together were able to create something which is giving lot of comfort, lot of power, lot of feeling that, you know, I belong to Yagya. Baba is taking care of me, they always say. Of course, we all are instrument. Someone has to get thought, someone has to do it. We have a lot of technical things because we were not ready for anything big like this. So little by little, getting a better computer, a better camera, you know, so that we can do it more efficiently because not a studio, right? But still a little bit of some training, some equipment, some learning is happening. And of course, for me also, is Baba's power that helping me to be present every evening. So I think you all must be, it's very beautiful. A lot of churning is happening naturally, right? A lot of good points come. Sometimes I wake up with so many beautiful reflections and I turn on light and let me write before I forget them. But this is how Baba reveals, you know, Baba guides us. So all of you can write whether it's realization, transformation, or your, you know, how you are in process of reflecting, churning, clarity about time, your own role, Baba's role, Yagya, you know, everything will become very, very clear. So I was telling Sister Bhumi that we create something where you all can send it and then we can share with the family. Because one thing is what Baba tells us, other is for us to connect with Baba. and get some very, very beautiful clarity on what we have to do now, what will be our part, preparing ourselves for that. So this bhatti was not only for our own self of course, burning the sins and learning more how to concentrate, be more still, more regular. Regularity, you all had been very regular, punctual, many of you. So of course, it's self, I benefited a lot, but also somewhere Baba is preparing each one of us to serve in unlimited way. And for that also, there are few things which one day I will share. I know that some of the webinars, some of the things are happening, and some of the points I will share. But sometimes they are so clear for about time, about self, about service, about yagya, and what we have to do. So see this time as preparing. Not think of service where Baba is preparing. And service just comes in front of you. Medical people, their associations, different associations, they calling, they want meditation. So we have to prepare ourselves properly. Right? Okay, so for tomorrow, the blessing is, may you be ever ready. May you be ever ready that the drums of the victory, by collectively practicing, having a constant and stable stage. If one soul stability, like Brahma Baba was stable, and we have Tower of Peace, thousands of people go and take benefit. And if it's collective stability, just imagine how much service can happen. I remember that I was about 22 years old, and our family, we used to go on vacation every summer. So that summer we decided to go to Kashmir, Srinagar in 62. So I told Baba, can I go we were going for 2 weeks or so. Baba said, holiday means holiday. Holiday means you have to do some service. Okay, so you have to go and open the center there in Srinagar, Kashmir. You must have heard about it. So I said, oh, I thought we are going on holidays. We will be in the boat and, have a lot of good time with the nature. Very beautiful place. So, but then, Baba said it. So when we went there, oh, we have to do service. So we have to look for a place, little place. So we went around finally. And then if later on 2 sisters have to stay, is it safe to leave them? I was the one and I had another sister with me. So the family keep looking. And then we found big house, very big house. And somebody said that this landlord wants to rent a room. So we went to him and some or other, we got a room, had a separate entrance, very little kitchen. Let's start from there. I'm not telling you whole story, it's very long. And Baba had given us a gift of, you're very brave, very strong. And in Kashmir, there were a lot of earthquakes. And earthquake there means because it's like whole house will shake like a boat. So one morning we all were meditating. Myself or other sister, we were sitting on Gaddi, the stage, to conduct meditation. And there were about 18, 20 students, and they were from Kashmir, local people, and very good people. So there was this earthquake, and this Gadi and everything started shaking like a boat. So we felt it, I felt too. But internally, like I just kept sitting, and that sister, and everyone left room almost. And then, of course, when it became stable, they came. But it's in the whole town in Srinagar that these two young girls, they just were unshakable. These two sisters, everyone was only talking about because we were stable. And then people start coming, what you all do, how you do, lot of service start happening. So when Baba is saying that collective stability, I just remember the story that if with two souls it can be so much service, if we all collectively remain stable in this situation, there will definitely unlimited service. Collectively practicing having a constant and stable state. Not stable, then fluctuate, then stable. Consistent and stable. So Baba said, drums of victory in the world will beat when everyone's thoughts are merged in one thought. So stable in what? One is when there are circumstances and condition. Other is in one thought. It could be love, could be peace, it could be Baba, So merged in one thought. It's a good practice we have to do collectively. When everyone becomes collectively collectively stable in one stage, you will then be said to be ever ready. Definition of ever ready, like when you have to give this driving license, stop, right? Just one thought, stop. But if you move little, you won't get license, right? It's a very beautiful way to see it. To follow one direction in a second, to have a constant and stable stage, and to be able to have one thought, the sign of all this is one finger, the finger which the iron-aged mountain is lifted. So when we will be stable in one thought, that is the finger which will help to lift the mountain of Kali Yuga. No, they show the finger cooperation. Very, very powerful blessing, right? Listen carefully and you can read it. Therefore, practice creating a constant and stable stage collectively, for only then will the name of Shakti Army be glorified in the world. Secret, right? Very deep. The secret is what we have to do. One thought, stable, and that means ever ready. Go. Go means go. Stop means stop. So ever ready. Ever ready now through this inner practice. Very, very powerful, but very beautiful. Now slogan is, to feel tiredness from making elevated effort is the sign of laziness. Otherwise, when you're making elevated effort, you should feel lighter. But if you are tired, because you are lazy, laziness of intellect, laziness of mind, could be laziness of the body. So it's a very, very powerful blessing, but it's a homework for us now. If you are at home, few of you together, tomorrow we will do drill in a way, take a thought and see if we all can collectively be stable on that. Yeah, drama is giving great opportunity that we are together in a classroom. Each one got their own little temple, right? Mm. So, all the good wishes for continue efforts. Just stay light and happy. Om Shanti.
जुड़ गई है मन की तार तुमसे, शक्तियाँ मिल रही अपार तुमसे, भाग्य के बारे खुले हमको हमारे मिले, भाग्य के द्वारे खुले हमको हमारे